Hello, and welcome to Mastercam University. My name is Keith Butsky, and I'll be with you during this course as we explore the features and tools of Mastercam Mil2D. I'm going to start by opening up a sample part that we can then use to navigate through the interface. When I open a part, it may ask if you want to switch configuration files. What this means is, in this particular case, I was in inches and the file that I'm opening is in metric, and it's asking me if I want to load the metric configuration file. I'll say yes, and my file gets opened. You can tell that I'm in metric by the scale in the lower right hand corner. Now in my particular case, my mouse has 3 buttons, a left, a right, and a middle. The middle button is also a wheel that you can scroll in and out. So by using the middle mouse button and holding it down, when I move my mouse, you'll notice that my part rotates. Now you'll also see this little crosshair in the middle. My part is rotating around that crosshair. However, if I move off to the side, notice the part is also rotating around that center crosshair. That is the rough approximation of the center of my part. To take it a step further, if I was to rotate my part while my mouse is on one end of the part like this, you'll notice now that my part wants to rotate around the approximate location of my mouse. So depending on where your mouse is located when you start rotating, your part will react differently. I mentioned that the middle mouse button is also a wheel. By scrolling in and out, you'll notice that the part zooms in and out. Now more specifically, the part zooms in to wherever the mouse is located. So if I, for example, hover over the middle of this circle here and zoom in, it'll zoom into that feature. If I zoom into this corner up here, you'll see that it actually zooms into that corner. At any time I can right click, and I have some other graphical tools here like fit, which will fit to the screen, isometric, which will put it back to isometric view, and front, which will bring it to my front view. I'm going to go back to isometric for the remainder of this lesson. There are also some keyboard shortcuts that can be used while using the middle mouse button. For example, if I hold down the Shift key while holding down the middle mouse button, my part will pan left and right and up and down wherever the mouse goes. If I hold down the Control key in the middle mouse button, now my part will rotate about the screen. So for example, if I used my right mouse button and went to top and then held down the Control key in the middle mouse button, I rotate about that top view. Right click, go back to isometric. There are additional keyboard shortcuts such as F1. By hitting F1 on my keyboard, I activate the zoom to window function. Now I can drag a window around a specific area of my part, and Mastercam will zoom into that window. Alt F1 is the keyboard shortcut to fit to screen, which is very similar to right-clicking and choosing fit. These are some fundamental Mastercam skills that are very useful when designing and programming inside of Mastercam. I recommend that you practice manipulating your model by using your 3-button mouse and explore the right-click menus and the middle mouse button options. The more comfortable you are with rotating around your model and exploring the different features of your model, the more efficient you will be at programming in Mastercam.